Shalom, shalom, Yasha'Allah. This is Brother Tahawan Mayam from the Shepherds of Berea camp. I'd like to give infinity honors to our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakah Qudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutations to you brothers that's doing the truth sincerely and not for vainglory. This sit down is going to be called Prophecies of a Baby. And a baby, when it's born, it gives off prophecies. Okay? And this year has been crazy for everybody. You know, the year of prophecy, 2020, it's a lot of death, you know, during the coronavirus, a lot of people getting killed in the streets. And I myself have family members that is passing away during this judgment, you know, and it got me reflecting on the prophecies of a baby. All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7:1. It says, I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. Yo, so we all came in the same way. We all mortal men. When you come into this realm, you are mortal men. And in my mother's womb, verse 2, was fashioned to be flesh in a time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of men and the pleasures that come with sleep. All right. So we was all made in our mother's womb. OK, fashioned to be flesh. We wasn't made to be robots. So I don't know why you people are even entertaining, you know, the mark of the beast. We was fashioned to be flesh. All right. Not to be robots and nanobots and, you know, integrating our bodies with technology, you know, in the time of 10 months. All right. 9 to 10 months being compacted in blood. Right. Of the seed of men and the pleasure that come with sleep. So we all come from a father, all right? Because the father has the seed. The mother is the earth. She's the womb, all right? And you implant your seed into the woman, all right? So a lot of people got this thing. Yeah, your mother carried you for 10 months, but you are of your father, you see? And that's how the bloodline works. It don't go based on your mother. It go based on who your father is, man, okay? It says verse 3, and when I was born, I drew in the common ear and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature. And the first voice which I uttered was crying as all others do. And that is the prophecy of a baby crying. And I wonder why this baby cries when it's born. I'm going to continue reading. I was nursed in swaddling clothes, and that with kids, because when a baby is born, so they get nursed in, you know, a towel or the clothes, you know, wrapped up, you know. And we all come the same way. We all made from the earth, all right? Because Adam was made from the earth, right? Wasn't Adam made from nature? And that's why our bodies go what? Back to the dirt. It turns back to ashes. It turns back to the earth. Because every element in the earth is in us, okay? When we born, we're going to be put in swaddling clothing, and that with cares. It says, verse 5, for there is no king that have any other beginning of birth. And this is a cut to all you Christians that don't understand how the Messiah or the Messiah or Christ, who you ignorantly call Jesus, was born. Every king, Yahweh Shai is king, king of kings, Lord of lords. All right. He was born the same way Solomon was born, same way David was born, Rehoboam. They all have the seed of men. So that's just one cut for you, man. All right. So there's no such thing as the virgin birth. All right. And that's a whole nother sit down. OK, for there is no king that have any other beginning of birth. For all men have one interest into life and like going out. So think about this. If we all have one interest into life, right? Where are we going? We're entering the stage of life. Because quiet is kept. We are in the theater of the Most High. All right. When you're born into the stage of life. OK. And the same way you enter in this world is the same way you're going to go out. But a baby prophesies with his tears, is crying. Verse 7, wherefore I prayed and understanding was given me. So what separated Solomon from everybody else, all the mortal men, because we all come in these mortal bodies, but the fact that what? We was given the wisdom. So while we are performing in the Most High's theater, in the Most High's stadium, in the Most High's play, what separates from us from every nation, everybody on the earth, is the fact that we have the wisdom. We don't have no other advantage other than the wisdom. Okay? It says, wherefore I prayed and understanding was given me, because he prayed for it. I called upon the Most High, and the spirit of wisdom came to me. So that's what separated Adam. All right? It's deeper than you having melanin and your pineal gland and all this conscious BS, man. We have the wisdom. That's what separates us. That's what give us the advantage while we are playing in this theater. You understand me? So I want to show you the prophecy of a baby. Because remember, we read, right? What? It says, in verse 3, it says, and when I was born, I drew in the common air and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature, because we are of the earth. And the first voice which I uttered was crying as all others do. Now watch this. This is a baby that's being born. His name is Isaac. You know, the mother named him Isaac, right? Now watch this. Just to give you a visual of what's going on.
Girl, that's how you do it. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing it, keep pushing it, keep pushing it, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Take a deep breath. I got your baby. Push. Come on.
Another good deep breath.
I got him. Stop. Okay, so he's coming down with a cord. That's why.
You heard that? That was the baby prophesying. And you know what that baby was prophesying, brothers and sisters? All right? Brothers and sisters, before this baby can even eat, think, read, write, he prophesies. He prophesies through his tears. You want to know why? Because you know what's coming to that baby through the spirit. He understands what? That he's just leaving the spirit realm, right? And now what is he coming into? He's coming into a world full of miseries, all right? Because this is an Israelite baby. This baby is in so much trouble, all right? Just like all of us. And the odds is stacked against us, all right? We got to worry about the cops. We got to worry about the other nations, okay? We got to worry about being sick. This baby about to get given a whole bunch of shots, hoping that this don't mess up this baby mind, okay? Hoping that these vaccines don't mess this baby up. So this baby's crying of the future miseries, the heartbreak, all right? Because when you're born, this same person that's holding this baby, she's going to die. And you know what that's going to bring? Heartbreak. The father that's videotaping, he's going to die. Or vice versa, okay? What comes with that? This baby's crying because it's going to be regrets. All right, this baby going to grow up, Lord willing, to be a man one day. You're going to make mistakes in life, things that you can't fix, and you're going to regret it. Distress, anxiety. This is why this baby's crying, because this baby was just in the spirit realm. This baby understands that what? It has just entered sorrow, the world of sorrow. Let's look up the definition of sorrow. It says mental suffering caused by loss, disappointment. You see, you're going to suffer loss when this baby comes and grows up. Like I said, you're going to lose his girlfriend. He might lose money. He might lose an arm. He might lose his mother, his sister, his younger brother, his dog. Disappointment. All right? Misfortune. Or an instance of this. All right? Regret. All right? So that's what this baby's understanding is prophesying, that these are all the elements that you're going to have to face, man. You're going to have to face this if you don't decompress from this world. And like I said, I have family members that passed away, and you lose family when you're born. You're going to lose things that you love. And this is talked about in the Bible. This is why the Bible gets you in the right mentality, man. All right? And I'm going to bring out, listen, man, we all going to die, man. You know, talking to my family, and I understand more and more that they don't understand the concept of death. They don't have a clue. The book of Ecclesiastes in the regular Bible, which is all one Bible, but I say in the Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, a good name is better than precious ointment. All right, so this name that it's talking about is the name that you should desire to have, which is going to be in the book of life. And this is more better than precious ointment. And ointment is very expensive, man. It's so rare. Precious ointment. And the day of death than the day of one's birth. Woo! So the day of death is better than the day of one's birth, because when you are born, you entering the life of sorrow. You entering in a life of you knowing that you could lose things. All right. And in the day of death, the reason why that's better is because now you at peace. You at rest, man. But death is guaranteed, man. And you have to understand that in life. You got to know what your purpose here and your whole existence is about. Because when it all goes down, let's read verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. You hear that? You see that? So when this baby is born, right? The parents is all happy. They crying. They all happy. You know, they celebrating. You know, brothers is lighting cigars. But guess what? That baby's coming out crying. So you know what that means? One of us got the wrong concept. This baby is coming from the spirit world. He knows what he's coming into. All right? But it said it's better to go into the house of mourning. Because as a parent, you have all these high hopes for your baby. You know? Baby coming out screaming, ah! Put me back in the spirit realm. You know? But it says it's better to go into the house of mourning than to go into the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men. Meaning what? The end of all men is that they all are going to enter death. You see that? You're going to enter death. That's why it said it's best to stay in the house of mourning. So why? You won't get your hopes up too high. Because when you put your mind into the world, the cars and the jewelry, you're going to lose things, man. And that is going to distract you from what really matters. And that's why it's better to stay level-headed. Stay in the house of mourning, brothers. You know? Don't be too caught up in that house of feasting. Because guess what? We're all going to meet our end. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. So it's good to lay it to your heart, man. You know? Then it says sorrow is better than laughter. You see? For by sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. You see? So these is concepts, man. It says the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Because you're going to understand something. When you read the book of Ecclesiastes, this whole thing is vain. So when that baby is screaming, ah, he understands what he's about to enter. He just left a place of peace. He didn't have to worry about vaccines, coronavirus, Black Lives Matter, Trump supporters, righteousness, wickedness. He was at peace. He was in a peaceful state. You know? And the baby come out speaking Hebrew. Abba, da, wa, ga. Hebrew is kind of like it has basic verbiage, you know, like a baby. A baby come out, abba, da, da, abba. And if you look at the way the words are set up in the Hebrew, it's similar to that. Like my name is Ta Ha Wam, you know? But I digress. Let's read something, man. I'm going to show you why that baby's screaming. This is the book of 1 Samuel 28, 9 and 15. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul hath done, how he hath cut off those that have familiar spirits, and the wizard out of the land. Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life to cause me to die? So Saul had wanted to see a witch. Okay? And he wanted to talk to Samuel, who passed away. And Saul swore to her by the Lord, saying, As the Lord liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Then said the woman, Whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, Bring me up Samuel. So he wanted to bring up the spirit of Samuel to talk to Samuel. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spoke to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. So the woman was able to know, because she was into witchcraft, that was just Saul, because Saul had disguised himself. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth. So she tapped into the spirit realm. And this is where these babies is coming from. And he said unto her, What form is he of? And he said, An old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel. And he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself. Here go the point. And Samuel said to Saul, Why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? So Samuel was pissed the hell off. When you look at the definition for disquiet, it means to deprive of peace, rest, trouble. So when that baby is crying and screaming, he want to be back with the Lord, man. Because they had peace. So when you have a family member, and I got to, let my family know, when you have a family member that goes on and they make their ascension and graduate to the celestial realm, guess what? They have peace, to deprive of peace or rest, trouble. They're not worried about trouble no more. They're not worried about their FICO score, debt. They're not worried about STDs. They're not worried about nonsense, man. Stuff that stresses you out, give you anxiety. They're not worried about work. They're not worried about working on their diet and cooking and cleaning. And Samuel said to Saul, Why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? Meaning what, man? Why are you depriving me of my peace, man? What the hell is wrong with you, man? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed. Why? Because Saul is living on the earth. He's living in his flesh. For the Philistines make war against me. But when Saul dies, he don't got to worry about nobody making war with him no more. And God is departed from me, and answereth me no more, neither by prophets, nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. But the point of the matter is that baby is telling us something, man. That when we enter this world, you got to understand that this world, you're going to go through more sorrows in this world, man, than mirth. That's why I was telling you to enter the house of the morning. This is Ecclesiastes 1:9. It says, the things that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Meaning what? There's no new thing under the sun. You got men that trying to reinvent the wheel, man. Death is just a part of life, man. That's it. It's guaranteed. So this is not a new concept, man. Guess what? I'm speaking these words to brothers one day that are going to be inspired. But guess what? I myself, I'm going to die. That's the harsh reality. That's what it is. The same way I was born. The same entrance. The same way I'm going to depart. I'm going to enter from the spirit world and I'm going to depart back into the spirit world. Verse 10, is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It's nothing new. The way a baby is born, the way you have sex, it's nothing new. It was dudes robbing and stealing and killing. That's why the laws was made. Just like they doing now. Homosexuals, lesbians, transgender, just like it was back in the ancient world. It have been already of old time, which was before us, right? People been selling drugs, dudes, it's been going on. Adultery, verse 11. There is no remembrance of former things. And guess what? When you go into the spirit world, you don't remember the former things. And when you're born, you don't remember. You come in with a new, fresh start to redeem yourself. But that baby still know. That's why he's crying. Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. Because this is one of the scriptures that we prove reincarnation in the Bible. You see? The only thing changing, man, is really the faces, the places, all right? But that spirit, the Most High give you time to get your life together, man. So it is what it is at the end of the day, man. We got to understand what this is about, man. Now, I'm going to read 2nd Esdras, the 7th chapter, right? Because this is a heavy topic, man. Okay? It says, and when I was made, 2nd Esdras 7:1, and when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights afore. And he said unto me, Up Ezra, and hear the words that I come to tell thee. Verse 3, and I said, Speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great, man. So the sea is set in a wide, place, man. All right? Let me go to my book real quick. Salakia, lost my page. Okay? It says, deep. It says that it might be deep and great. Verse 4. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. All right. The sea is the kingdom. All right. The river is narrow, which is the truth, man. Okay. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad, man? So we must go through the narrow, and that baby understands that. If you want the kingdom, you got to go through the narrow. You got to go through what this thing is called life. It says, verse 6, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of good things. That's also the kingdom, all right? Because what we got in the future is going to be amazing, man. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. So it's already set up for you to fall. So the odds are against you already. That's why everybody's not going to make it. Like as if there were fire on the right hand and on the left, a deep water. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. So guess what? You by yourself. You by yourself. When you enter this world, you come out by yourself. Even if you was twins, everybody you come out your mother womb one at a time. Nobody's going to help you with this, man. You got to figure it out. You got to draw. Salakia, the Most High is going to put certain things around you to sharpen you up and things like that. But you got to figure it out. Every man got to search out their own salvation. One man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? This is why the baby's crying, man. He understands that this place is dangerous, man. I was just at peace and now I got to go through this? Think about it, man. You got to think about it, man. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also Israel's portion. Because of their sakes I made the world. So the world was made for Israel's sake, not for everybody. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Then were the interests of the world made narrow, full of sorrow. See? And travail. This baby know he got to go through sorrow, travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. For the interests of the elder world were wide and short and brought a mortal fruit. You see that? The older world, before Adam did, you supposed to live forever. You wasn't supposed to toil and, go through all this pain and suffering, man. If then they that live labor not to enter these straits and vain things, you see? So these straits, this world is straight and vain. This world is vain. They could never receive those that are laid up for them. So you got to go through this vain life. You got to do all the, you got to be around your family, you got to do the regular activities, man. I'm saving my money and, I'm going to leave some money for my kids before they die, But then who's to say that your child is going to do the right thing with it? Like Solomon was one of the wisest kings. But look at his son, Rehoboam. He was a fool. Solomon left a whole kingdom for him and Rehoboam messed it up, man. But he still had to do it. You got to play, this vain game, Now, therefore, why disquiet thou thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? You see? And why art thou moved, whereas thou art but mortal? Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come? So we supposed to consider the things that are to come, rather than which is present. You got to understand. This is why the baby was crying. Because, it's hard not to live in the moment. It's really hard not to live in the moment and, go through these emotions and stuff like that, man. And that's why you got to read the scriptures to understand that it's something greater coming your way, brothers and sisters. Then answered I and said, O Lord, thou bearest rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but the ungodly should perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things. And that's what we're doing. We're suffering straight things, man. The Most High has given us the ability to tolerate all this stuff, man. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for why? For they that have done wickedly have suffered straight things, and ye shall not see the wise. So the ones that got caught up in the world and didn't follow fear God and keep his commandments, you're not going to see the kingdom. You're going to endure, but you're going to endure the narrow, but you ain't going to see the wise, the kingdom. And he said unto me, there is no judge above the Most High, and none that have understanding above the highest. It says, for there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of God that is set before them. You see that? And that's why they're going to die. All right. And I'm going to jump down to 57 because this is a bad chapter. But this is the point. It says, verse 57. It says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which men that is born upon the earth shall fight. You see? So we are born dying. Okay? We're born dying. Life is a constant struggle. Not only is life a struggle, a constant battle, we're dying at the same time. So it's all these different elements, man. This is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. So I don't want to be overcome. That's why I pray the Lord put the spirit on me to overcome, because it's not my will. I don't know how to overcome. I have to overcome through Yahweh Shah. We all have to overcome. We're not going to overcome by voting. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the things that I say. You see? And that's what we're looking for, the victory, the ultimate victory. All right? Because we're coming into the condition. Look at Mario Brothers. Check this out. Look at Mario Brothers, y'all. Look at this right here. Look at all the enemies. Those are the Goombas, right? Look at all the enemies he got to fight. The Koopas. He got to fight the Koopas, all right? All these different elements that we got to go through and battle and fight. Look at that. Then as the game go on, you got to fight the paratroopers. That's the birds that fly, right? You see? And you're going to make mistakes. And you're going to mess up in the spirit. You're going to mess up. You're going to be brung down low. And then you're going to, power up. All right? You're going to power up, Take your mushrooms. But look at all the different factors that the conditions of the battle. You got to understand this is why the baby was crying. Because every level that Mario brother had to play on, he was facing death, man. They was trying to kill him. And that's why Paul said this, man. Paul said what in Philippians 1:21, okay? For to me to live is Christ, and to die is gain, all right? So Paul wasn't afraid to die, but Paul said what? To die is to gain, all right? Because when you die, guess what? There's no more sinning, there's no more temptations, there's no more worries, okay? And when you understand this, to die is the gain. How can you die and then catch a gain? But I thought when you die, you either go to heaven or hell. No, you get your diploma in life. You look at that word diploma. Paul basically was graduate. He wanted to graduate. That word diploma, it says a state of paper, official documents, a letter of recommendation. It says given to persons traveling to the province. A document drawn up by a magistrate, from Greek diploma, license, chart. Okay, so what was Paul doing? He wanted them documents, and you earn your documents now. In the school of hard knocks. So you could take these documents with you in the spirit world, and you could be given favor. It says, but if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor. You see? Yet what I shall choose, I won't not. So Paul understood, man. He understood that, yes, he could go and be put to death and die, all right, and be with the Most High, be with the Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And that could be a gain, but he also understood what? Him being in the flesh is also a gain also. All right? Because what? You got to motivate brothers while you're here. You got to inspire brothers while you're here through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And you got to gain fruit while you're here. You brothers that are not trying to gain fruit, man, that's a problem, man. That's a major problem, man. That's part of that's what go on your record, Okay, man, this brother bringing some fruit. And not just any fruit worthy for repentance. It says, for I am in straight betwixt two, having a desire to depart and to be with Yamashiach Yahweh Shah, which is far better. You see? So Paul desired to depart. Let me get that in the blue letter Bible. Philippians, blue letter Bible. Philippians 1:23. And he said, having a desire to depart and to be with Christ, which is far better. All right. So that word desire, let's look at that word desire. See what type of mentality Paul wanted to go, man. It says craving, longing, desire. That lets you know Paul wasn't afraid of that. For what is forbidden, lust. All right. So Paul wanted to be with the Most High, man. He wanted to be with the Most High. He desired that. As soon as we born, this clock starts at death. Then we got to go through all these different elements, man. You understand me, man? It says, nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you. So Paul understood, I can't be selfish about this, you know? And yes, as baby, we do come in screaming, but after a while, you got to suck it up. You got to understand the sorrows. You got to understand what you're going. You got to suck it up because you got to be there for other men. Got to be there for other men. All right? And I'm going to close it up. You know? And it's a damn shame. You know, I'm thinking about my cousin. And it's a damn shame that you live your whole life and you never came into the truth. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 through 14, right? It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of men. You see? So this is the whole duty. It's not for you to be a rapper or your whole duty was to do this, man. And sucking it up and just dealing with it. It says, for God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. And everything is going to be put on the table, man. When you got to go before the Most High, all the good you did and all the bad you did is going to be laid out. And that baby knows I'm in for a battle. But guess what? Are you going to wither or are you going to step up to the plate and stand up like a man and deal with it, man? The Most High is willing to strengthen you, man. Okay? Now, I'm going to end it off with the book of Sirach. This is the book of Sirach, brothers. Salakia. And I'm going to end it off. It's the book of Sirach 14. All right? So pick your spirit up, man. And just suck it up and deal with it, man. Because we are in the Most High's theater, you know? Now, this is the book of Sirach, Salakia. I'm going to get my book also. And doing these videos is very edifying, is beautiful, man. The book of Sirach 14, and I'm going to start at 12, man, okay? Just want to bring it out, man. Fear God and keep his commandments. Keep it simple, man. Don't look at this truth as you doing something light. This is bad. This is the real deal. This is the best occupation ever. Like one of the prophets said in the camp, Brother Corral, you know? Brother Yalak, you know, we was outside prophesying and we seen brothers in the world that we used to know. And look at these guys. They was never given this knowledge. Big ups to Brother Malakba. Big ups to Brother Ra'ab Shapat. You know, big up to all the brothers doing this work, man. Big ups to Brother Ayash. Man, that brother, I hope that brother's continuing in the fight, you know. But I'm going to read this. This is Sirach 14 and 12. It says, remember that death will not be long in coming. You see that? So death is guaranteed, man. You got to understand that, man. Death is coming for you. And that the covenant of the grave is not shown unto thee. Meaning what? You don't know. The Most High has an agreement. All right? The covenant of death. All right? You don't know when you're going to die. You haven't been told when you're going to die. It says, do good unto thy friend before thou die. Who's our friend? Yahweh Shai. Those are our friends. Do good to Yahweh Shai. And according to thy ability, stretch out thy hand and give to him. Meaning what? Give him what he wants. Do the work, brothers. Stop whining and complaining. Fight through your personal problems, man. Like I be having tough weeks at work, but you got to fight through it. You got to ask the Lord to strengthen you, man. It says, defraud not thyself of the good day. And that good day is the salvation. That's the good day. Don't play yourself, man. If you knew better, you do better. That's the good day. And let not the part of good desire overpass thee. All right? Don't deny yourself that day, man. If you got to do something, you do it lawfully, man. You know? You do it lawfully, man. I'm going to jump down to 17, all right? It says, all flesh waxeth old as a garment. So that baby understand he's going to get older. Your bones going to start deteriorating. Your health. Especially with all this pollution and stuff going on, man. And the bad food that we got to eat. And the air we got to breathe. It says, for the covenant from the beginning is thou shalt die the death. This is the covenant from the beginning. And as of the green leaves of a thick tree, some fall, some grow. So is the generation of flesh and blood. One cometh to an end. So as that baby was being born, somebody was dying. So everybody that's died, because this is like a circle of life. One cometh to an end and another is born. And guess what? They all went out the same way. We're going to die. And as of green leaves on a thick tree, some fall, some grow, so is the generation of flesh and blood. One cometh to an end and another is born. Every work rotteth and consumeth away, and the work thereof shall go with all. So guess what? Everybody body is gonna, your breast is not gonna always be standing up. They're gonna start sagging. You know, your face is gonna change. You're gonna get wrinkles. But the Most High look deeper than that. It says, every work rotteth and consumeth away. Every work, even the people that made these idols, everything, America, it's going to all rot away. And the worker thereof shall go with all. So the thing that was made and the person that made it, they're going to die, man. And I'm going to end it off with this, verse 20. It says, blessed is the man that doeth meditate good things in wisdom, and that reasoneth of holy things by his understanding. You see? So once again, brother, this is all you have to do. And that baby know he got a long way to go. But as long as you get this right, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. This is your only job, man. So after you fight through the sorrow and all the mess that you got to go through, and understand that what, man? That's why the baby was crying. That's his prophecy. Every time you see a baby born, think about it, man. He letting you know, oh, man, I'm back again. Hey, man, with that being said, I'd like to give infinity honors to my Lord and Savior, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And big up to y'all brothers, man. Salutations to all you brothers that's doing the work, man. And may the Lord destroy this place, and the speed in a very, very fast way, man. Because this place is wicked as all hell. Shalom.